I love you. Yes, only you can love you like you do, like you will. Are you willing to give you the love of the Creator for you who creates you again beyond all manner of belief, registration, regurgitation of thoughts that want to repetitively use your mind to think them? Are you a dual consciousness, no more receiving? Or are you changing everything you're about to receive? A revelatory command, not the structure of, but a course coming, containing the consciousness of the Creator that's you, who's no longer in control of your thinking, not again, but in control of both consciousnesses, not? Or are you but changing what you are conscious of and reliving not the moment of sorrow? To ruminate on it? Will you revelate the kingdom of Christ, not? Or will you go beyond the Christian message? Now, beyond the channeling, beyond the idea of speaking something inside of you that isn't you, and pertain now to no other. Will you preach you into a kingdom coming, not again, but the kingdom of one consciousness who is scared not of it again? Will you no more be the much afraid in Hannah Hurnard's book? Mountain of Spices? What an allegory. Powerful. Metaphor after metaphor. You see, the conscious can contain it not, but the conscious begin to flow it. And you're not stuck on a belief with a belief system. You're not plateauing, trying to hold on to something. And you're no longer trying to use the right word. Or will words come to you? Or are you conscious of creating now, going beyond what you have channeled in the past? For we have channeled many things coming to us, through our mind, from other people, from other guides, other gods, other sources. But when you're tired of all the sources and all the ramifications and thinking all through your mind about all these things, when you're tired of giving your energy to each other, when you're tired of giving your energy, your life, your substance, your power, your magic, your beauty to others to be trampled on, or letting their thoughts trample you in yours, are you willing to go beyond what you thought you ever could, beyond what you thought you ever should, beyond what you thought was available to you? Will you no longer mastermind a consciousness of failure in you? Will you create the conscious of the living God not again over you or in you, to channel it, no matter what you think it is or consists of or is telling you of a future, king, heaven, hell, delimiting you no more. Will you shine now? Well, you see, there's more to the story. You see, the idea, the concept of channeling seems to inherently create the structure of duality. Channeling, you channeling, what are you channeling? You're channeling something else. And you surrender. And I've preached that. I've taught that. I've experienced that. I've continued to seek a reality that is not subject to my mind, that is not subject to the visible experience I seem to be having. Well, I sure had no idea where this would lead when I began. But there's more to the story for you, and you know it down deep inside of you somehow. Because we're connected, not by faith, not by love that demands you act a certain way, have a certain label, operate in a certain community. You see, I'm changing. And it's not that I'm trying to change as much as I'm willing to change. I'm willing to change what I speak, how I speak, and come into the faithfulness of other not, but to be the face of a reality that needs not what you think of me or even what this poses as that we think is the molecular reality around us. How did Jesus do the things that he did? Or at least that we have a narrative about. Remember, I wrote a book, Jesus the Pattern, over 300 pages. I don't think this video is mirrored, so this title of this book is Jesus the Pattern. Maybe one day I'll figure out how to do video with my Pixel 9 phone with mirrored recording. I haven't been able to find it. So you see, I'm conscious of what? Of you? Well, and you are. We are conscious at this moment of a number of things. Holding the book, the colors, the light, the camera, etc. But is there another consciousness that you can create? Another consciousness that you can create, you as the creator of, to come out of the limited this one and operate primarily, altogether one, in the consciousness of a consciousness that connects us beyond the visible, where we can commune together. We can sit down at table. We can discuss things. Travel. Not needing a ticket. Divorcing light not, but no longer limited by it to its speed limit, its photon. One hundred 186,300 miles per second is really slow when you're talking about traversing the cosmos. If you're willing to go where no man has gone, ha ha ha. Are you willing to go to a galaxy far away? Are you willing to create a consciousness that doesn't use you to be it? Your vessel of your thinking, your mind, your body, your spirit, your power, your essence, whatever it is you think you are. Are you willing to go to a new land? Fabricate it, create it. Terraforming without terror. There is a creation of a consciousness that you can create as you are the creator of it, creating you now again, not to be subject to all the forces of this world. And this is the consciousness that I am telling you about, sharing with you, teaching you about, to come into the consciousness, the conscious creator, the consciousness of the conscious creator, becoming you, who channel not another voice, another God, another spiritual guide, no longer being reprogrammed, rejuvenated, regenesised by something else, because you're no longer accepting that energy is real. And you determine what energy you decide is real. And you decide what energy sticks to you, damns you, frees you, curses you, blesses you. Jesus learned these things. Maybe not in all the words that I speak the way that I speak them. But Jesus, not the Savior, not the Christian message, that blasphemous message that wants to blaspheme each other and control the message. Control the message. The message that you're not limited to this world, even now in your breath. You're the creator of it. So I come against Christianity not. I'm no longer limited to it, by it. I wrote a new story. The story of Jesus the pattern. How could I write the story of Jesus the pattern being anything but what I was programmed to regurgitate, to re-speak, to revelate, to preach and teach like almost everybody else does? How could I write this book? How could I write something so different than what Christianity has controlled the message of for 2,000 years? I channeled something. I channeled a voice For it was not really a voice as in the voice that I'm speaking with, or the voice that I hear you speak with, the voice on a radio, another person in a room. It's something internal. And I channeled. Yes, I channeled. I taught channeling. And I've offered free courses in channeling more than once, even here in Eureka, multiple times at the library. If you want to know who you are, I suggest that you learn how to ask questions more, better, more better than you have ever done in the past. Where there's a willingness to be humble, to come as a little child, come to the teacher. The teacher appears when you're ready. Or will you appear in front of a teacher? Or are you teaching you? Will you channel the real you? So I've taught channeling. And I've gone even beyond God, beyond the terminology of God. God speaking to me. God this, God that. God wants this. God does not. All that terminology. But I began to channel an energy, revelation. I began to have a thought. And in March of 2003, I began to pick up my pen and write those initial thoughts that I might suspect didn't originate with my human mind. And as I did so, beginning in March of 2003, I'd write one phrase, and the next phrase would be in my mind. It really is not a voice. It would just be in my mind. And if I wrote it, the next phrase, the next sentence would be there. It would just be in my mind, just internally in thought. And I channeled thousands of messages. I've been doing this off and on, for the most part, for 21 years, 22 years. I'm so fortunate for the relationship that I had with my words, the words that I channeled, the source. That in my words, many times, it asked me, that which I wrote, that which I channeled, asked me not to shut it down, not to shut it out, not to shut it off. It asked me. And it spoke of love so many times in ways that I experienced waves of love, emotions, the energy, tangibly, the energy that I was receiving in my mind. I received tangibly in a way that evoked emotions, so that many times I cried. I wept with beyondness, beyond human love, beyond church love, beyond Christian, God, way beyond Christian love. Christian love is so conditional. so demanding, as all religions are. So I speak about channeling, and I channel, and I've taught channeling. But we can no longer park there and be creators. We're going beyond channeling to the creation of the conscious mind no longer controlling us, but us creating the consciousness that doesn't control us anymore, but lets us be free ourselves, who we really are, in connection with the cosmos and all the other creators. You see, I think this dynamically. This is coming from me, to you. It's coming me. I'm generating me. Thought life by, not again, but love, the unconditional kind. That increases my learning in a scope of capacity, not limited. I am the infinite me telling you, you are the infinite you, if you will be the unlimited infinite you of a consciousness of one that you create you to be, where you begin to realize the idea of channeling and dual consciousness, and even surrender will not get you there. But hold on to you, because at every step, it seems like every step of revelation, you step up and you have this revelation, and then it's like the revelation wants to put its cleats into you and make you park there so that you don't keep walking up the steps of the mountain, Hannah Hernard's Mountain of Spices. Love is a flow. And when you begin to love instead of God, when you begin to love, unconditional love will begin to make itself, it, her, him, it, it will make itself known. And you'll begin to be able to differentiate love from unlove. Love from unlove? Oh, well, maybe that's very apparent and easy to do. But what about love that looks like light? Love that comes as love. Angelic love, but has conditions. If you love me, keep my commandments? No, that's not what I'm saying to you. What I'm saying to you is if you love me, love. Become love in your shoes that does not impose commandments on you or each other to love them, but to let love flow. Heal the people that you've condemned. Heal them. The ones that have hated you and that you have hated. Heal them. Love them. Because at the center of their proposition, not, but the center of the axis of evil, not. There is no axis of evil except what you comment on, what you create in your consciousness, what you decide to think. Because thought will rob you from your reality. If you let it. But you're the light of the world. City on a hill can't be hidden. Light, neural pathways, axon hillocks no longer constricting you. What are you changing? The very fabric of your intercourse with you. The intercoursing veins, neurons, electrons, protons, how they interact, procreate. I'm no more the procreation of you preaching. I'm a new life in. And I demote it not again to be subject to your God or you're channeling another force that superimposes on me anything. For I release the love of God, not I release the love of love. In this broadcast, this message, this teaching, for you to begin to love you with a love that never fails, never ends, unconditionally, imposing no commands at all. Because when you begin to see perfect love is unconditional love. When you begin to feel the perfection of love, to encounter, to engage, not with a mind of a preacher, a mind of a prophet, the mind of a seer, a guru, not the mind of a spiritual guide or something that you have thought into place or even felt like or even knew you have experienced in the past. No longer locking down on it, but letting all of your existence be fluid. Loving love will love flow to you, through your lips, through the very radiance of your heart, your life, your consciousness coming through your words. Your words will you be your word? Will you heal your word? Will your word heal you? We're learning how to do something we've never done. And I am a teacher of me. I'm just letting you in on it. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for caring. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being who you really are, beginning to understand who you really are underneath that flesh, no longer limited to the protons, neurons, electrons, the fabrication of flesh. No longer wanting a God to serve. No longer being repeaters of revelation of the past. Be the revealed you to you now in the revelation of one, the revelation of the one, the one consciousness that creates all creators again, laying down our frailty and our former things that were so important to us. Learn to live a new love with, by love you shall live, not by worship, but by becoming who you really are, the creator. You need a light? Create a light. Need a meal? Create a meal. Turn the water into wine. Remember the little Bible story, as I recall it. And I'm not perfect. But I spent many, many, many years, many hours in the Bible decades ago. But as I recall one story, Jesus got in the boat with several of his disciples or whatever, and at least the narrative says, how powerful are these words? The narrative, as I recall, it says, and immediately they were on the other side. They didn't travel. They got in, they were ready, they were there. You think time travel is impossible? I don't. Why? Because I've channeled it. Because I've channeled all these things. But I don't live in what I have channeled. Even all that I think is perfect truth. I draw from it. I still have a consciousness of many things that I have learned. And I continue to be shocked in my surrender of learning me from me. To learn, I was counseling me to be me when I asked me not to shut me down, not to new age me out, not to turn me off, but to continue to channel. I wasn't channeling something else. I was channeling the original me, the forthright me, not the former me, not the ultimatumed me, but the me who makes all things new. And this is where we're going. We're creating the consciousness of the crown, no longer with a crisis, of your government. My government is not landed, or is it cosmic? No longer limited to concrete and stone, visible arrangements of. You are the creator of what you are willing to create, you as. Because you do, whether you believe it or not. So I'm changing the way that I teach and how I teach and how I offer my teaching. I have a membership now on YouTube. I'm teaching this on YouTube. I'm appreciative of YouTube, being able to come to you like this live, this live stream feed. Gosh. I'm very thankful. You who want my teaching want more than you have ever been taught about. You're ready to go beyond your belief system. And if you're ready to go beyond your belief system and all that you have believed, you're ready to take this course, maybe. Follow the white rabbit, Neo. How far will it lead? Out of Kansas? Dorothy? We're creating the creators. Not limited to us. The Creators Network, you see, that I've established now. You can subscribe. Even today, you can subscribe. The network is about us healing us. It's about us encouraging us, constructing us, being conscious of us, the creators, in a new way, in a new light that's not subject to your speed limit. So I'm doing some new things, new ways. To engage in a class and accelerate the learning, the becoming. See, this is not about information. This is about transformation. There has to be engagement. So I desire to commune and communicate and engage with learners who are willing to commit. I'm not willing to teach like this and throw the comments open to anybody just passing by who happens to see this on their YouTube feed. Listen to a few seconds and make some off-the-wall comment. No, I'm not. But I care about people who are committed, people who are ready to create a consciousness to go beyond God, beyond the Bible. The pew is not relevant to the cosmos. Neither is your altar. In fact, they're detrimental because they diagnose, they classify, they determine, and they put all these commands, demands, and restrictions on who, what, where is, for what purpose, and under what authority. And you, my friend, are the authority of you. You see, here again, the nuances, they're not just important, the nuances are crucial. You don't have unauthority. You're it. You don't have the energy of God flowing through you anymore, thinking you're channeling the voice of God. You're engaging with it to let there be light. Let it be you. You become it, and you become the one that one is, without a duality of consciousness, without two competing consciousnesses, where the mind of light no longer neurons you to death. So I'm changing how I teach. I'm changing who I teach. The creators are coming forth, and it's not in a marriage of convenience. You don't come into this course as an add-on to your life, just something else to do. This is not a burden. This is where you begin to construct a new you. So that you don't need me at all. I'm not here for you to follow. I'm here for you to create. For you to create. Create what? A new you. Who? You. You creating you. And the crown of life that you wear. without the thorn birds anymore eating your seed? Will you change all that you begin to understand and revelate the revelation of the Creator that it's you? This is the Conscious Creators course. I teach one course. I teach the course of creation in the School of Creation for you to be the seed of no other but yourself. The virgin word, virgin womb, the virgin. See, what you're coming into in this course is not needing anyone else's words, not even mine, but the creators who create unconditional love. Flow it generously with generosity, because they, will you, become what generosity is, the very energy, the existence, no longer feeling some existential threat from some government or force or foe. This is where you begin to enjoy life in a different way, with a different magnitude, magnanimous, luminous. So I'm teaching and I'm changing. So about this school that I teach, the course that I teach, the Conscious Creators course. So I speak like this. This is a lesson. Not for you just to hear and go your merry way, making a living, serving God, channeling something, doing what you've always done, not the way you've always done it. This is not about reformation. This is about transformation. It's about the creation of your creation again being you. No longer living under the authority of another. Not another God, not another person, not a man, not a woman. Not a veil between you and reality anymore, because you are establishing yours. So you engage. Okay, I'm in school. I'm schooling me. Yes. I'm teacher. I'm student. Yes. Faculty and staff. Chief cook and bottle washer. So how do I engage with these lessons that I speak? Well, let me mention. So I didn't record yesterday, but the day before, I titled the lesson, I am giving you a new way to live. So how do you engage with these lessons? I'm not telling you how to do. I'm inviting you and letting you know how I'm doing it, because I'm becoming. I'm in the process of creating me, a new creation. So how do I engage with these words of creation to become the creator again of me? 2 days ago, in that lesson that I titled, I have given you a new way to live. Well, I listened to it several times. And as I listened to it, there are various points as I listened. I would think, really? What did I, so I would go to the printout. I'd go to the transcription. Then these transcriptions are available to you if you're in this class. You can join the class. I don't plan to send them out indiscriminately. I'm not interested in teaching tire kickers. There was a time many moons ago, many years ago, my dad didn't marry till he was 40. My dad was great. But there was a time he sold used cars. And I knew that term. Some people just want to walk around, look at a new car, kick the tires, ask a few questions, and I don't I don't know why that kick the tire thing. There is a commitment. And the commitment is beyond the sensual. It's beyond the lust of the flesh for something more to help me do better, make me feel better about me, assuage, calm the ego, or stroke it. This is beyond. We're talking about creation. Creation of a new you, literally you, no longer being fashioned by someone else's words, nor the actions of their neurons, nor their feelings, emotions, or what they've been taught to perpetuate. So there's a commitment required. Oh, back to the lesson two days ago. So I've listened to it 6 or 8 times, at least 6 times, and parts of it more. I've read parts of it multiple times, but I engage with it, you see. Many times throughout the day, I began thinking about certain phrases. And it's in the engagement process with these words that these words will begin to help you see, to ask more questions. Not to bring the answers that make you want to plateau because, oh, I've got the answer. I know. Okay, I can set that aside. I know that. I got the answer. No, this is a flow. And everything interacts. It's all an interaction. You see, as soon as you think you know something, by golly, you got it. You're starting to become stagnant. This is a flow, and it's ever in motion, action. Will you actionate it? You see, you are the energy of it. You are the energy of existence itself. Did you hear what I said? You're no longer subject to F equal ma. You're no longer terminated by death. Words will no longer terminate you or extinguish you or your love or make you demanding of others. If you begin to know what love is and engage with love that loves love, unconditional love, where you begin to see it, feel it. You begin to experience it in a manner that you engage with it, that it becomes you, not in a symbiotic relationship where you retain your individual molecules dependent upon each other. You become what it is as it becomes you. You're the creator. Pardon me. So if you listen to the lesson 2 days ago entitled, I've Given You a New Way to Live, if you listen to it, thank you. What is that new way to live? What is it? I answered the question in the lesson. Did you get it? You see, we're so accustomed to instant gratification, instant answers. That we've lost sight, understanding of how to engage tenderly with love itself. I'm interested in lovers. I'm interested in lovers promoting lovers. And that's why there's a course. I'm teaching this course. This is a course. And you can join the class. You can join a membership of. And I'm going to begin communicating more about how I deal with these words that I speak and what they are saying to me. And the people who are members of my class, who care enough. And if you don't care that much, it's okay. I still love you. And I'll still teach along and along, and many things are available to you. Many videos on YouTube and more that I make. But I realize in all the years that I've taught like this, I don't know that I've ever taught like this about what I see being said. I've said it and I've put it out there and I've allowed others to share in this stream of what I have channeled and what I have learned, me channeling me. But there's so much more. You see, so many of these lessons, they're not linear. I don't know a better word to use than they are mosaic. So that when you print out the transcription, or before you even print out the transcription, if you deal with the transcription that I provide from an AI, you go through and listen to it and correct it. You correct the transcription. Because a number of times words like not, that, they get interchanged and the wrong one is there. And of course, the big thing about any electronic transcription is punctuation. You see, when I speak, you hear a pause. You don't hear that pause, even though there may or may not be a comma there when you're looking at paper. But the most powerful, of course, is if you listen and you read it at the same time. But when you read it, the most powerful way, if you have time, if you take time, is to correct the transcription and where paragraphs are separated or not. And then listen to it and see. But then get a couple of different color pens and begin underlining as you listen the things that are really important to you. And very quickly, I suggest, invariably, all of a sudden because something you're hearing and you're seeing in print jumps out at you, ignites something that connects with a previous experience or your previous knowledge, revelation, or I call it already revealed knowledge. It connects, and you stop the recording, underline it, and make notes, and let it lead you into the creation of more flow, more revealed knowledge. Make the notes. Make a few notes, whatever. Then you come back, you begin it again. And then all of a sudden you realize something that was so important on page 1 that was addressed maybe only in 1 or 2 remarks begins to be amplified on page 3. Oh, this connects with this. They're not linear. They're mosaic. They're quantum. They're whatever. This is a process not controlled by neurons. So increasingly, my plan is at the moment anyway, my thought process, my feeling, sensing, as this network grows, as the course grows, I will share more and more teaching, recording of what these lessons mean to those who are members of the course, who subscribe. And soon have some seminars, maybe a seminar here in Eureka. But there's this idea of the Conscious Creators Network. You see, the Conscious Creators Network is about advancing each other. The course is about you learning and creating the consciousness that is not limited to duality, dual consciousness, creating you, the creator. And the network is about expanding your world of your influence, of your teaching, of who you know, of who knows you, of healing others. This is leadership. This is all about leadership. This is a school of leadership. Light, love, peace, joy, unlimited, infinite. This is me. I'm Theodore Cottingham. I'm an old guy. I'm 73. I love you, and I thank you for sharing these moments together. If you so choose, I invite you to be a member of this course, $25 a month. YouTube. You join on YouTube itself. And if you want to join the network of conscious creators and help develop it, you can. You're invited. It's $100 a month. Is that too little? So I'm changing, and I'm creating a platform, an organization, a structure. I'm not sure what I'm creating, but I'm creating creators. I'm creating love because I know love is infinite now. The kind of love that is not finite. I know that infinite love is infinite love, and infinite love bears children with itself, with its word, with its radiance. As virgins, creating virgin word, virgin territory, creating the creation, not limited by mankind again. I love you all. I go now. Thank you for listening. Yes. But those of you who do more, thank you. You who will engage, listen to this again. Listen to that teaching 2 days ago. Oh, it is so full and running over with the revelation, creation, revelation of creation, creation of revelation, creation of new words, new ways, new thinking, new consciousness. For you to become the conscious believer no more of a formula, fornicating with your mind or with other people's words, shapes, algorithms. Masterminding a mind of other is no more. We are conscious creators, creating conscious creators because we love infinitely, because we become it. And this is why I exist. That's why I do this, and I love you. You're invited, and you're invited to teach like this. Begin on YouTube too. Teach what I'm teaching you. Teach what you're learning. Teach what you begin to revelate. Go beyond the channeling of the past, where you're creating no more a dual consciousness and a dual nature of duality. You become the lover and love each other freely of every nation, tribe, and tongue. Thank you, friend. I call you friend. See you later. Theodore Cottingham at theodorcottingham.com. On YouTube, Theodore Cottingham. The Creators Course, the Creators Conscious Creators Network. You're invited. I love you. Communicate and create the regal you. See you later. Thank you. Meet tomorrow? Maybe so. Unlimit your love on whatever platform and platforms you choose to communicate on. Blue Sky, Substack, YouTube, all of them. But I no longer sign my name X. I am Theodore Cottingham in Eureka Springs. And I love you all. Choose life. Choose the life of one, the creator consciousness of all creators, being the one we are. Finally, again, in the motion of no other, flow your love. Good day, love. See ya.